Hi, my name is Trish. I'm the co-founder of LeisureLifestyle.com, and I'm here today to ask you a few questions. What if your boss came to you and gave you a date where your job or your services was no longer required? What if your job was made redundant? And the reason I'm asking you this question is this has happened to my friend quite recently. And he was given a date, like 4 weeks, and he had to then pack up and leave his job and no income coming into his household anymore. So pretty frightening, pretty scary. And he came to me and said, Trish, what am I going to do? What alternatives are out there for me to be able to, get some income coming in? Because the problem is there's no jobs here. There's no jobs around. And I think that in 1 week he applied for like 9 or 10 jobs and got nothing back, no responses. So this was the reason for him to come to me and say, what can I do? So I did say to him that you could go ahead and start your very own online business. And the reason I said that to him is I have my own very own online business. And it's just brilliant, I just love it. The reason I started my own online business was for traveling, because I do love to travel. I've spent last year in Asia. It was just wonderful because I experienced the sights, the food, the culture, the people, and all these different experiences. And I even went to see the pandas as well, so that was pretty awesome. And then I spent 2 months in America and I loved that. That was just awesome. Went to New York City and went to LA, and it was just brilliant. So how did I get to owning my very own online business? Well, my very close friend came to me. I've known her for 10 years now. She said, Trish, I have seen the amount of hours that you've put into your profession as a corporate accountant. I've also seen the hours that you've put in as a business owner, and I think it's about time that you try to leverage your time. And I said, well, how do I do that? And she said, well, you start an online business. You gather everything that you know. You gather all your skills, your experiences, your abilities, your talents. You gather all of that, and then you put that online and you put it into some sort of format where you're adding value to other people's lives. And I just said, wow, that's pretty awesome. How do I go about doing that? So she sat me down and she showed me the tools and the techniques and the training to be able to move the physical business that I had to put it to an online platform. And it took about 6 months. So within 6 months, I had it, out there to a global audience, to a worldwide audience where they were, requesting my services from all around the world. It was just pretty exciting. And, as you can see here, it's literally transformed my life, because we're sitting here on a Wednesday. I think it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Beautiful day today. And I can build my business sitting here simply with a camera and a phone. As long as you have a laptop and an internet connection, you pretty much can have an online business that can serve a global audience. So I'm really excited about that. And more people are wanting an alternative to their 9-to-5 job. It's really exciting. I went online the other day and I actually booked a business class trip, which was brilliant, to the United States. And I'm going to be going for June and July, so another 2 months. So literally spending summer here in Australia and then going to America for my summer as well. So I'm blessed and I'm very privileged to be able to do that. So if this resonates with you, if this is something that you would love to do, I suggest you click this link that's here, and it's going to redirect you to a website. You're going to plug in your name, plug in your email address, and I'm going to send you out a free video training series. That video series you are going to receive every day, so like one video every day. You can view that, and it's just going to show you those techniques. It's going to show you the training to get you where I am here today. It's pretty outstanding and pretty exciting. So I'd love to share that journey with you. Like I said, just plug in your name and email address and I'm going to be able to send you out that free video training series. But what I want to do is take you back a little bit further, back to 1999, where it was a bit of a turning point in my life. I found out that I was going to be a single parent through tragic circumstances overnight with a 4-year-old daughter. And that was quite shocking because at the time I had no income coming into the house because I'd made the decision to give up work as a full-time accountant and become a full-time mum. And I had no college degree, university degree at the time, no home, so I had to literally pack up my home and go and get support from my parents, support financially and support emotionally. And then it really led me to think, well, what am I going to do to create a future for me and my daughter? And the only thing I knew at the time was to go to university and do a commerce degree. So hundreds of assessments, you know, and I loved the degree. I loved the study, I loved the purpose. I loved knowing that there was going to be a pathway at the end of it and knowing that there's going to be a career and some security and stability for me and my daughter. However, I got the job, I graduated, got the job as an accountant, and gee, I really hated it. I really disliked it. I was putting my daughter into daycare, into vacation care, into before school care, into after school care, whilst all the time I was sitting in a cubicle in an office with no windows, mixing with people that I didn't always like. And I found that the profession itself demanded so much from me with regards to legislation, information. I had to keep up to date on a daily basis. And it really led to me being under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. And you know what I thought years later? This is just not the route for me. This is not for me. I wanted to experience those milestones with my daughter. So come 2005, I made a bold decision to leave behind the corporate job and start my own business. And I started a real estate business. It was slow, progressive. I like to say the word progressive, but it was really, really slow. And I built it one client at a time and one house at a time. But it got there in the end. And so the thing with owning your own business is that you still are spending all of your time in that business. That the thing with becoming self-employed is that you are actually employed by yourself and you can be your own worst boss. And the fact was I still didn't have freedom and flexibility, and I still didn't have time freedom to spend with my daughter. So this is leading to current present times. This is where Chris came to me and said, you know what? We're going to take everything that you know, all your passion, all your ideas, everything that you've learned, and we're going to put it into a platform online and just give it to the world. And I thought, wow, it just sounded huge. I had no idea where to start. I was not technically inclined. And seriously, it's not as hard as what you think. You learn new skills, and what a great time to be reskilling. You know, they're talking about the fact that 40% of our current jobs will not be around in 10 to 15 years' time. So this is the time to be reskilling, adding new skills to your toolbox. The reason those jobs won't be around is due to artificial intelligence, robotics, and technology becoming more and more sophisticated. And so, you know, this is the time to be reskilling. This is the time to be coming on this journey and creating your very own online business. You don't need a product, seriously. It's all about gathering all of those skills, experiences, abilities, and talents, bundling them up and putting them onto an online business, and we can help you do that. So I suggest you absolutely click on that link, register your details, get this free video training series, and it's going to completely change your life because you can come here to Australia, you can be coached and mentored by myself and my business partner Chris, and we can help you create your very own online business where you're being you're adding value to the world, to people out there in the world. It's just a fantastic, fabulous thing to do. So that's me from leadyourlifestyle.com. You can also look at my physical business that I took and put online, and that's called usarealestatetraining.com. So that's me, and I'd love to See you over the other side. Bye.